Hi everyone, this video is for English 103. We are taking a look at Module 8, and believe it or not, the semester is half complete. We are on the second half of the semester. So we're going to take a look in particular the task list. I want you to read those pages to give you a little background. Those are on our online textbook. And then in activities and assignments, we have really two that are going to be due this week. We have a third item, but you won't be able to do this until you get it back from me. So I'll explain that in a second. So let's start with the draft. Your big project this week is the rhetorical analysis essay draft. Now I'm pretty lenient on drafts, which means as long as you address and it's a full working draft, I usually try to give you full points on it. But in order to do that, you definitely want to pay attention to the instructions, and you can see they're right there, and when you click on it, it downloads and opens up, but they're in other places as well, but we always hot link for you. And what I mean by a full working draft is in the instructions, it does tell you. So starting right here, here are the sections of your essay. And you should, FYI, you should use the headings. They should be 12-point standard font, bolded, and left aligned or flushed left. So yes, I want an introduction. I want that heading, you left align, size 12, bold that. And then in the introduction, this is what I want you to cover. It's one paragraph. And you're going to be talking about these things, including your thesis statement, which is approximately 2 to 3 sentences. And so use that formula that we have given to you in our resources for thesis statements. Remember, your thesis stance is either that the ad successfully persuades the audience or it does not successfully persuade the audience. So then that's the first section, introduction, another section, the next one. And by the way, I do want them in this order listed with the instructions. So the second section will be the heading visual aesthetics, and that's 2 paragraphs. The next is rhetorical situation, at least 2 paragraphs. The next is rhetorical appeals, again, 2 paragraphs. Then advertising's 15 basic appeals, 2 paragraphs, and then the conclusion, approximately 1 paragraph. Now, in the rhetorical situation, please note, this is where you're going to cite, do a little bit of research and maybe quote in your essay. So I do want to see that in your draft. What are you citing, researching, and quoting is, well, where you're getting the information in regards to the company and or the magazine. So remember, context is important. So where this advertisement is taking place and being advertised to the audience, that's your context. And then the other part of this is in 15 basic appeals, which in this case, you're going to be citing and quoting from the Jib Fowles article. And we gave you all the information so that you can do this correctly. So I am going to want to see that in that section. Additionally, I do want a works cited. I want to see your works cited page on this in your draft. Okay. So once again, the purpose of a draft is for me to give you feedback. So the better your draft, the better the feedback. If you don't submit a lot on a draft, I can't really give you feedback on what you don't have other than to tell you you're missing this. But in order to get the full, I think it's 25 points on this one, you do need all sections addressed in some way, shape, or form. It's okay if you don't have your full 4 pages developed, but I want to see each section. I want to see what you have in each section that you've developed in that. Okay. Let's take a look at the next item, which is the forum. So this is a self-review forum. This is a discussion forum. And in this case, as always, the post is due Wednesday. But in your post, you are going to kind of give yourself a rating. You're going to rate yourself on this first set of questions, 1 through 8. So I do want to point out to you, you may simply copy and paste the first set of questions into your post. So you may copy and paste right here, this set of questions, and then rate yourself at the end of each item. That's totally fine for the first part of your post. But the second part of your post, you need to answer the second set of questions in paragraph form. So you would have these, you can copy paste and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. And then these ones, you may not copy paste. You have to address them in paragraph form. So you're writing like a narrative in a paragraph. So you'll have this copy paste with numbers after them. And then below that, your paragraph addressing these areas in your post, okay? And then your reply, of course, to 2 others, a minimum of 4 sentences, and follow our format that we have been doing. And by the way, many of you have been doing a great job in discussion posts. Excellent job. So keep up the really good posting and good conversation with replies. Remember, to get full credit or to get the highest amount, you have to do more than the bare minimum. You have to kind of go above and beyond. So those items obviously are going to be due this week. This third item, though, you're going to see a different due date. It's the conference sheet. Now, this is what I'm going to use on your draft. So when you upload your draft, just like we did last time, I'm going to fill this sheet out and I am going to give you feedback. So I am going to check some things that you need to address before you submit for your final copy. So I'm going to fill that out and then I'm going to upload that on your grading. So after you get it, you're going to get this sheet in the grade. You'll see the file in the grade. And what you have to do after you see my feedback is then you have to answer question 1, 2, and 3, save the document, and then upload in this spot right here. So you'll see it's not due till the 28th of March. And I'll try to put a comment in when I upload it in files. Hey, don't forget to complete the 3 questions and upload. So there's not a lot you can do with this until I give you feedback on your draft. So that's why, hence the due date is out a little bit far for March 28th. I want to make sure I have time to go through all the drafts and give you feedback. And again, as long as you answer those 3 questions and you do it fully and honestly, it could be an easy A for you. It is just simply meant for you to do some metacognitive thinking in regards to your writing. What do you have to address before you upload the final essay, which will be due, I think, next week. So that's it for this week. That's it for Module 8. As always, feel free to reach out with any questions or concerns. If you prefer me to conference in person with you rather than give you a conference sheet on your essay, absolutely feel free to either make an appointment with me and we'll meet via Zoom, or you can pop in during my office time. Have a great week and happy writing.